Hello, everyone. For this lesson, we are going to be talking about what is a civilization, what led to the establishment of civilizations. So our goal for this lesson is to identify the characteristics of a civilization, and I'm going to be asking you to identify those in an Edpuzzle and describe what led to the development of civilizations. Excuse me. So to get started, I'm going to read this introduction, and then we're going to take a look at this picture. We're going to practice annotating again. So introduction. A civilization is a complex society in which a large number of people live. The first civilizations, which emerged after the Neolithic Revolution between 5500 and 2000 BCE, were Mesopotamia, ancient Egypt, Shang, China, and the Indus River Valley civilization. These first civilizations began as cities. These cities were larger, more populated, and more complex than Neolithic villages. Now, a couple things that I want to point out just from this paragraph. BCE stands for Before Common Era. Excuse me. And it refers to the time period before Jesus Christ was born. So this is 5,500 years to 2,000 years before Jesus' birth. Now, when we're talking before Common Era time periods, we get closer to present day. The year counts down. All right, so you see 5 is greater than 2. This count will eventually count down to 0 or year 1 and then switch over to, instead of BCE, it'll switch to after Common Era or Common Era CE. For this unit, which is called Early River Valley Civilizations, Mesopotamia, Ancient Egypt, Shang, China, and the Indus River Valley Civilization are the 4 civilizations that we're going to discuss throughout this unit. So now we're looking at this picture, and the directions say that we're going to fill out a chart below. We're not going to do that activity. What I'd rather do is maybe practice annotating a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of run through some observations. What are some things that you see going on in this picture? What kind of roles can we identify based on the activities that these people are performing in the image? So starting over here at the left, I will say that this is a mud brick home, all right, ancient. So over here on the left, we've got this gentleman. He is driving a pair of oxen, and those oxen are trailering this cart. What is something that we could take a guess as to what's on this cart that he's carrying? Where is he coming from? Where is he going? Maybe this is some sort of wheat that's just been harvested from a field, and he's carrying it to market to sell it possibly to a baker or sell it to individual families, individual people, so that they can make it into bread. Inside the home here, it looks like we have 2 women, maybe a mother and a daughter, and it looks like they're weaving a basket. So what would these baskets be used for? They could possibly be used in the home. They could be used as a product to sell at market. Down here, it looks like we have 2 more women. Looks like this woman may be preparing some food over a pot, over a fire. This woman could be preparing or kneading dough, like for bread. So what roles do you see with these 4 women? Here's a woman in the center. Looks like she's carrying some sort of bundle. Can we assume that maybe that's a baby? Looks like 2 young boys here. What are they doing? I would say maybe they're playing a game. So engaging in some sort of leisure activity. Here's a woman up here on this sort of catwalk, and she's kind of looking down upon this group here. Maybe she is the matriarch of the family, which means she's the head female in the family. Up on the top here, we've got a man or a young man, and he's got things spread out on the roof. Why might that be? What could these things be, and why are they spread out on the roof? I would say maybe he's trying to dry some vegetables, maybe some herbs, maybe it's some type of pepper that he can dry out and chop up and make spices. All right, so now that we have practiced annotating another picture, we are looking at this page, and it says, what led to the establishment of civilizations? What we're going to do is I'm going to read these individual paragraphs, and then in the Edpuzzle, you're going to answer the question that follows. The earliest civilizations developed after 3000 BCE. The first civilizations appeared in a place called Mesopotamia, which is located in modern-day Iraq. Civilizations developed on every continent except Antarctica and shared common characteristics like written language, legal systems, job specialization, and a form of government. Answer in the Edpuzzle, where did civilizations first appear and when? Continuing on with our reading, prior to civilizations with cities, there was the Paleolithic Age, during which time people hunted and gathered food. There was not a stable supply of food. Sometimes they were able to find enough plants or kill enough animals in order to keep everyone alive. However, there were other times when they were unable to find plants and animals, and the population died off. Answer this question in the Edpuzzle. Was there a stable food supply during the Paleolithic era? Explain your answer. All right, looking at paragraph 3 as we continue reading. In 10,000 BCE, so that's 10,000 years before Jesus' birth, there was a major turning point called the Neolithic Revolution. The Neolithic Revolution, people learned how to domesticate animals and develop agriculture. This provided a predictable supply of food. Not only was there a predictable supply of food, there was a surplus. A surplus is extra food. This extra food not only helped keep people alive, it also meant that the population could grow even larger because there was enough food to keep people alive and to produce more children. As the population grew, cities began to form. In these cities, there were legal codes and social classes to organize society. There was also job specialization, which meant that different people performed specific tasks. For example, some people were farmers, while others may have made clothes or built homes. As cities grew larger, they became more complex. In the Edpuzzle, answer question number 3. How did the Neolithic Revolution create a predictable food supply? Now in the Edpuzzle, answer question 4. What is a food surplus? And now in the Edpuzzle, answer question 5. How did food surpluses lead to the development of civilizations? One thing I want to leave you with before the end of this lesson is this bit of information right here. Historians have identified several characteristics that most civilizations have in common, including religion, job specialization, cities, government, language and writing systems, technology, and social hierarchy. These are some of the characteristics of a civilization, and you can see they are symbolized down here. Religion, job specialization, cities, government, language, technology, social hierarchy.